everybody. It's happy hour time. Woo!
Are you ready for the app showdown? Woo!
So exciting. So somebody, an app, is going to win $100,000.
Woo! That's big money.
It is big money. It's amazing. So we are so excited to be here with you guys. Absolutely. We're going to have a great time. And we have a little game to play first, right?
We totally have a fun game to play. I know we
ready?
got to get this party started. Yes, so we're going to do a callback. So we're going to say app and you say tastic because we're here all about the apps today.
We are all about apps.
So we're going to say app, tastic.
Woo!
App, tastic.
App,
tastic.
They got it. That's awesome.
I love it. And then the QB Appy Hour, in honor of the app showdown, we had our own showdown, which was the drink showdown.
We absolutely did. So in September, we had an awesome episode on the show where we had Annie Terry come on, we had Mariette Martinez join us, and we had a bunch of the finalists from the 2017 app showdown join us. And during that show, we had our own drink showdown,
which was super fun, and our audience all voted, and the winner is the Show Glow.
the Show Glow.
Yes.
And lucky for all of you, you can get your very own Appy Hour Show Glow.
Yes, over at the bar.
Over at the bar.
And I don't know if you've seen them, but these are amazing little ice cubes to make sure you take home. Aren't they cute?
They're awesome.
I think they're super cute.
They're awesome.
And just so you know, there's some tequila in that Show Glow.
Right.
Yeah, I heard somebody say they doubled the tequila. Hit me twice. That's super fun.
So we're gonna be talking. We actually, Liz and I last week met with the finalists for the $100,000 showdown. So we met with them via Zoom and we had some great conversations. I think we made some lifelong friends, right?
I agree.
Totally made some lifelong friends with our new app friends, and we learned a lot about them. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about that.
We are.
But first, I think
I want to do the call out about the Show Glow because I think that we want to make sure that everybody's getting their drinks.
I think that's a great idea, totally, so people know.
Let's do another call out. And what we're going to do throughout the entire show is we're going to, if we say Show Glow, you just say free drinks. So we're going to say Show Glow, free drinks. Show
They
Glow.
are awesome.
Show Glow. Love it.
I love it. You guys are awesome.
Well, you
can go right over there.
And then
back.
Yes, so make sure that you get one. So Heather, do you want to introduce who we are?
Sure, absolutely.
And I'm going to sit.
You're going to sit. All right. So
sit.
I will start. My name is Heather Satterley, and I am an app lover. I love apps. I kind of live and breathe apps. So it's something that I really love to do. I love working with apps with my clients and in my practice. So I've been a QuickBooks Pro advisor since the late 90s and did my first integrations in the middle of the 2000s. And once I started doing integrations, I was completely hooked. So I have a practice in Rhode Island, and my whole practice is focused around QuickBooks and the online ecosystem and helping people to find the right app and implement apps in their practice and in their companies. So super excited to be here.
Me too, and I'm Liz Scott, and same thing. Our firm does a lot of integrations, and it was at a conference whenever I first had that light bulb moment of app stacking. You can have more than one app at a time. So I think that the conferences are super important to the pro advisors. I think it's educational, I think that it's enlightening, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity for all of our vendors to be able to show us what their app does. And then any type of troubleshooting. It's always fantastic to say, we need some help with that. So thank you for being here, vendors. Thank you. Love our apps.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
see what I did there? You guys see what I did there?
It was apptastic.
Yeah. It was apptastic.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And then we got like the Show Glow. You got it. Woo!
And here comes some right across the floor.
Here they come.
I love
Absolutely.
these. They look like a party to me.
They do look like a party.
They do. And then there's the $1,000 grand candy bar.
Right. We've got, everybody's got a candy bar, so you've got drinks and dessert.
Yeah,
so
drinks and dessert.
Totally, nothing better than that. And then we've got our entertainment going, so everybody's got a nice little fidget spinner.
Yeah.
So for you QBO users, right, we have that lovely quick create button, right, inside QBO. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
The little digital fidget spinner right inside QBO?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
I thought it was a fidget spinner before.
It does.
Here, but you're right.
It's the quick create. It's a little spinny plus sign, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
How fun.
Yes.
So, okay, so this is in honor of that.
It is in honor of that.
So do you want us to talk about, like, how we met?
Oh, my gosh.
So, I want to say almost a year ago, we were introduced, and it was, here's Heather, and here's Liz, and this is, you probably both would like to meet each other because of apps, and so we had a great time talking. And then part of the thing that we do is tour around with Intuit, training pro advisors how to use QuickBooks Online, and then the master class, so some advanced features and functionality with QuickBooks Online. And we had hit it off right away because we both have this love for apps. And then what happened?
So we went to the master class, and Liz and I immediately realized that we kind of shared a brain, because one of us would start a sentence and the other one would finish it. And so we met up again in May, and we had been talking since the master class.
Right, because I would say, Heather, guess what the app does? Do you want to, like, look at it with me?
Right. We did a lot of Zooming. So we went on tour again together, and it was our first day of the tour, and we were up on stage getting ready, and Liz kind of looked at me funny. She kind of looked at me like that, and she's like, so.
I got an idea.
And she said, I was thinking that, pro advisors, they need some education around learning to use apps, learning to vet apps, and I think it would be really great. And then I said, yes. Like, she hadn't even finished her sentence, and I was like, we got to do this. So we did, and we just did it. So this was like in May, and we had our first
Appy Hour
at Scaling New Heights.
We did. I know, yes, I love scaling. Have a great time every year.
We did.
And so we had our very first live launch at Scaling New Heights. But I want to say, one of the things that was just absolutely wild about coming up with an idea.
Absolutely wild.
Absolutely.
Right? Absolutely wild.
Wah, wah. That was funny. So one of the things that was just so fun is that we had this idea, and it went from a conversation to we both went home, and then Heather said, hey, Liz, you want to check this out? And I said, sure. And she showed me our website.
Yep.
That's how it went. And then we had a Twitter, and that we were a real thing.
Yeah. It was pretty apptastic.
Right?
Apptastic. Right. So that's the story of how the Appy Hour is born. And since we started it, it has completely taken off. We do our webinars on the second Tuesday of every month. We have an educational topic, so we talk about different apps for different business functions. We talk about best practices when implementing apps and searching for apps and new things that are coming out. And then we also have a whole bunch of fun.
Well, and one of my favorite things that we do, not only the drinking, because that's always fun, but one of the things that we do is we always have this, what's a fun thing that we did this month with an app? And it's just a cool little segment that we can say, we were able to use this app to do some type of automated process, whether that means that we were able to reclass all of the deposits and move them out of a bank account and put them in undeposited funds, which really excites us accountants. Right? We love that. Like, that's giddy-worthy.
It is.
That's calling your friend and saying, let's throw back a drink, because that was awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
It is. It's magical.
It is.
It's totally magical.
We hope that everybody feels, whenever they're watching Appy Hour, that they're just kicking back with us. We're sitting back, we're looking at these apps, diving in a chill environment with our cocktails.
We do. So at the bottom of every hour, so bottom of every hour, we make a toast to an app that joins us on the show, and then we learn about that app, which is awesome.
Yes.
And it's just a super fun time. So it has been an absolutely amazing ride. It's really, you know, and Liz, do you have a little bit of butterflies?
I do have a little bit of butterflies. And it does feel like, because we're a startup ourselves, that it feels 100% appropriate that we are doing the intro to all of these brand new apps that are here presenting in front of you. It feels like the perfect pair.
Yeah,
Yay!
it was.
Big ol' shout out. Show Glow. Free drinks!
Free drinks!
That's right.
You got it.
And since we are here presenting for the second time live ever, I want to tell you the fun things that we did. So, as this is our second time ever presenting live, Heather bought new earrings. Right? They're martini glasses. And you know what I did? Because this is normally a webinar, I normally only curl this part of my hair. I curled my whole head this time. So I want you to know we are enjoying ourselves. We hope that you enjoy tonight's show. It's going to be magical.
It is going to be magical, and I'm so excited.
$100,000 is going to change some lives, right?
$100,000. And the apps that you're going to see tonight are unbelievable. So not only are they unbelievable apps, but they're unbelievable people. So we spent time with these people. We saw them last night in real life. It was magical because we had met virtually, and then anytime you meet somebody in real life, it's like, oh my gosh.
You hug.
Yeah, you hug.
There's this hugging thing that happens because you met virtually and you laughed with each other, and then you see each other, and then suddenly it's like you have this connection that you have to touch each other.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a different thing. Like, if you meet somebody, you shake their hand. But if you meet them virtually and then you see them, I don't know why you have to hug, but I do it.
But you do.
So
you do.
I embrace people.
Absolutely.
So if I embrace you because we've met online, that's just what I do.
That's right. So it was...
You too? Yes, I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it.
So I'm gonna try. I already know what it tastes like because it's the winning drink and I voted for it. But I am going to try the Show Glow, and I suggest that you guys walk on over there and get your own Show Glow, and you can make
this is a full one
with us.
So while you're taking a drink, Heather, I'm going to say there's a whole lot more people filling in. So I want to go ahead and let those people know that are coming in that we are Appy Hour, and the Appy Hour is here as your pre-show host, and we have a showdown that happened on Appy Hour, and there was a contest, and the winner of the contest was the Show Glow. And into it, in celebration of that, has got the free Show Glow happening over there on the stage. I better take a drink because it's spilling.
And you know what, Liz, I think we have to do this a little bit louder. So those of you that have just come into the hall, you got to come on down here because there's going to be some excitement happening. There's excitement happening now.
Oh, yeah.
And there's going to be more excitement in just about 15 minutes when Intuit gives out $100,000.
Big dollars. Big dollars.
Big dollars.
Cracked out today.
So grab yourselves a Show Glow. And come on down and have some fun with Liz and I.
And I'm seeing more and more glowy light bulbs, or ice cubes. So make sure that you get your ice cubes to take home with you. So Heather and I would like to give you an intro to these apps.
We do.
So we had an amazing week talking to each one of the finalists. And at this point, we feel like we're best of buds.
We are. Like, we have all of these new best friends.
Right.
And we're in love with their technology and them, so it's a beautiful thing. So.
And I think that I have 10 new apps.
Right.
Because as they were describing the apps, I was like, wait a second, I got to go see it.
Right.
So it happened, 10 new apps for me.
Right. And they have to get a Show Glow.
Free.
When they're done pitching. They have no Show Glows until they've given their 3-minute pitch.
Yes.
And we all vote. Then they can have all the Show Glows that they'd like.
Right, maybe they want 2 slogos.
All right, guys. So I want to tell you a little. We want to tell you a little bit about each of the apps that you're going to be meeting in just a few minutes. So the first one that we talked to was
go ahead.
Flawless.
Flawless.
Flawless, which oh my gosh. Flowless does custom automations with QuickBooks Online. So you can create custom automations with your QuickBooks Online data inside their app. It's pretty amazing. So I'm going to say that one more time, and then anybody who knows me well knows why I'm super excited about Flowless.
Because it's events, triggered by events.
Right. So they have triggers, and with the triggers, you can do stuff with that data and do some actions. So I'm super excited about Flowless. Super nice guys. We met Michael and Ilya. They're from Belarus. They came all the way from Belarus to pitch their app.
Yes.
And you're gonna be wowed.
I
Absolutely.
agree. Completely blown away. And they're actually looking for pro advisor feedback. So
they are.
I'd make sure that you check out their booth and I would talk to them because they're wanting to know, especially in this environment, we've got some of the best smarties here. And so they want to know what we think. They want to know what kind of things that you want to see. What kind of events would you want to have something triggered? So make sure that you go over to Flowless and talk to them.
And where can everybody find the apps that are in the showdown? Because they have
this room.
That's right. So after the showdown,
yes,
all of the finalists have booths right over here, so you can go in and meet them.
You can make sure you check them out.
Absolutely.
We also have PayPie. And so PayPie is a completely different concept that I have to say when I first heard about it, as an accountant, I'm excited for my clients. So what PayPie does is it evaluates a business credit worthiness. So there's no real credit score for a business, right? So what this does is it evaluates the health of your QuickBooks to be able to say, these are things that maybe you want to work on. So it gives you some actual targets in order to better prepare you to get that loan.
So you know exactly what to focus on when you're preparing to go out and get some funding, which is so important for businesses that are just starting out, for all businesses really, right?
Truly it is. And I think that one of the things I like best about it is often we find our small businesses are afraid to ask. They're afraid to ask for that funding, and if they don't have cash flow, we know what happens. They just don't make it. So being able to have a tool to evaluate is truly helpful.
And they brought these really, is that the right one?
Yes.
Yes, so they brought these awesome golf balls, squishy stress balls.
Yes.
So you have to go get one. They're totally awesome. Don't you love these? They're so much fun.
Yeah,
to squeeze, and you feel better. Right? You squeeze the little stress ball, you feel better. It's all good.
So PayPie stress balls?
Go check that out.
Yes.
For sure.
Go get you one.
So we also met LeaseMate. So LeaseMate has automated lease accounting. So they will handle your lease accounting in QuickBooks. They'll make the journal entries for you and make sure that your assets and liabilities are all accounted for correctly in QuickBooks.
Right.
And when we met Jared, it was early in the morning. He's from Sydney. And so it was super early in the morning. And he was awesome. He gave us a little tour of his kitchen, and then he took us outside via his computer because we were in Rhode Island and Oklahoma.
Gotta love
and
technology.
He turns his computer around, and we see this beautiful view of Sydney Harbor.
And I said, Nemo! I was absolutely a gorgeous view. The Sydney Harbor right outside of your room, I can't even imagine. So the view was just beautiful, spectacular, able to see the bridge. The water was just gorgeous, and so a little jealous.
On Thursday, last Thursday, we talked to 5 of the finalists, and when we were done, I realized that we had talked to 5 finalists in 5 different countries, and how amazing that was. So it was amazing.
And I think that one of my favorite things about there being so many different countries involved in the App Showdown is it shows that we're collaborating. We are a global community, and we are collaborating, and we do need each other, and we don't always just say one person has the best ideas, but together we come up with these really innovative solutions. So well done.
Absolutely.
And congratulations.
One of the things I just want to mention, too, that really stuck out as we were doing these interviews was that there was a common theme across all of these apps on their why. So everybody has their why. And their why was to empower small businesses, to give small businesses the tools that the big guys have. And we heard that over and over again during our conversations.
We did. And one of the things that I thought was really special is that it was the people that were motivated. And so it wasn't just that they wanted to push the technology, it was they were truly wanting to solve these solutions for the people.
Right?
It was passionate.
It was.
It was good.
So tell us about...
Okay, ScanDisk.
Yes.
ScanDisc is a customer Rolodex. What's unusual about this Rolodex is that it's an app. And so it's an app that you are able to use to collaborate with your internal team, which means that you're using an app that you can search, you can sort it, you can save, but your customer feels like they're just getting a text. And so the client or customer user is saying, this just feels like somebody says they're coming to our house, and so they'll be servicing us soon. But on the other side, it's a collaborated customer Rolodex.
Right. And it was created because he was solving a need for his family business.
Right, it was a family business. And there's 4 Smarty Pants.
Yes.
4. Right?
Yes.
Like it's this amazing powerhouse of like brains.
Right. We have a CPA,
an economist, a CPA, a tech developer, and a master's in communication.
Right.
Who does an amazing job for the marketing.
Absolutely. So I'm just gonna say, show glow. You got it.
Yes.
Awesome.
And there's more and more of these happening. I see more and more of them around the room.
Right.
Make sure that you're getting yours.
So those of you in the back, you got to come get a show glow, and then you've got to come and root for all of the finalists for the $100,000.
It's got tequila.
App Showdown. Woo!
Love that.
I love it. Awesome. So we met Molly and David from Chaser, and so Chaser is innovative. They settle invoices, right? So it's basically helping you with your accounts receivable collection process, right? So you guys know what drip marketing is, right? So drip marketing, but it's actually drip marketing concept for your collections process. So you can automate the collection of sending letters to or emails to your customers to remind them that they need to pay you.
And I have a favorite feature. So one of my favorite features about Chaser is this follow-up communication that happens. Thank you. That happens behind the scenes. So you can say, I want to send, after there's a payment, a thank you.
I love that.
And it can be a personal thank you to them, which is a really great time to be able to have a positive interaction with that client.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so then there's Give.
Oh, wait. And they're from London.
Oh, yes.
So they had awesome accents.
They do. That's very true. All right, and then there's also Give. And so we talked to Regis, and Regis has a heart of gold.
Oh, my gosh.
And so Regis was really inspired by wanting to give back to charities, but he wanted to be able to verify that they were good charities. And so what they're able to do is for the QBO small businesses, they're able to create a portfolio of charities. So if you say, I'm passionate about children's cancer or a type of disease, then you can say, I want to give to that charity type. And they're able to create a portfolio for you.
And what it does is it levels the playing field as far as, corporate giving, right? So the large companies, they have that in their budget. They have the means to do those giving funds. And so now that's available to small businesses.
Love that.
So, love that. So we also met with Penny Inc. And Penny Inc. manages employee expenses. So we have a card.
Yes.
And so what you do is you set up a card. It's attached to your bank account. And then you have complete control over what they're spending. So the amount that they're spending, where they're spending the money, and even in some cases, how they're spending the money, right?
Right. So if you go to purchase gas at a gas station, you can actually set parameters to say, I do not want my either contractor or employee to go inside and pay. I want them to have to pay at the pump, which prevents them from buying Cokes and hot dogs. And then it feeds automatically into QBO.
Yeah.
Super fantastic. And then Chatta AI. Right? Okay.
So we had this awesome conversation about, this is a toque.
Right, or is it a beanie? But it's a toque.
We had our conversation.
You win.
And we thought it was a beanie, but then it's a toque.
No, it's our Canadian friends, this is a toque.
Right.
We're all in. We're completely in favor of the toque. And so one of the really cool things about Chatta AI is that you can actually chat with your data. So you can ask questions of QBO and you're able to say, last month, how much did I invest in all of my toques that I can give to my customers. So you are able to say, this year I spent so much in purchasing toques, and last year I spent X amount, and you can compare. And so you can create schedules, you can customize.
You can save the reports, it's pretty awesome.
Save
so
them.
Yeah.
So make sure that you get your toque over at
Absolutely.
Chatta AI.
And then finally, we have payments powered by Bolt. So it's a landing page for payments, right? So you can choose your payment solution. So if you're not using QuickBooks Payments, which we all would love,
right?
You can, if you have a client that's using another payment provider, you can connect that and actually send a link when you send an invoice to your clients with a link to your own branded landing page where they can pay using another payment processor.
And
so very exciting. And they're the newest member of the Apps Discount Program.
That's true. And then the other thing that was demonstrated to us is that this is a fidget spinner, but it's also a beer bottle cap opener, right? And you've got two, so you can use one side for you and the other side for your friend.
Right. Awesome.
Because if you need one, you might need two. I love it.
All right, we're ready. We are down to the
final minutes.
The final minutes. We're about to get started. Someone is going to win $100,000. And we're just minutes away.
Yes. Big dollars.
So get your last show glow.
3, 2,
Before we get this contest started, I'm super excited to hear the pitches from all these amazing apps, our friends. Thank you so much for coming out. We've had such a blast with you guys.
Yes.
We hope to see you guys on a QB Happy Hour with Liz and Heather, second Tuesday of every month, 4 o'clock Eastern. And we will have a drink recipe for you. We'll have some information about apps, and we're going to have a whole lot of education and fun.
Friends getting together with drinks. What could be better?
So,
I love it. I hope that you have an amazing time listening to all of these apps and that you connect with them the way that we did. I think you're going to love them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's apptastic.
It's apptastic. So a huge thank you to Intuit for having us here. We have had so much fun with you guys.
Yes.
Can't
and
wait
Annie,
to see
wherever
you guys.
she is, thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So are you guys ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Woo! Yes.
I am so ready for this. We're going to have a great time. I can't wait to hear from all these apps. So thank you guys.
Hello. Now, I know we're all missing David Leary's gold lame coat, but when I tried it on, it didn't do this. So small businesses make up 50% of the global economy. They employ 60% of the workforce. And yet, 50% of them fail in the first 2 years. But do you know what keeps small businesses in business? It's an ecosystem of integrated app partners, an army of trusted advisors, and world-class accounting software by QuickBooks. Tonight, you are going to watch the top apps of 2018 battle it out on this stage for $100,000. Welcome to the $100,000 Small Business App Showdown. I am Annie Terry, and I am your MC for tonight. So we started this journey on the main stage a year ago, and there were over 120 applications eligible. And none of this would be possible without all of you. You've supported these finalists through Twitter, on Facebook, through QBO chats, and happy hours. They are anxiously awaiting to pitch. Before we get started, I do have a couple special guests. The first one you know, Alex Chris. He's our Chief Product Officer of QuickBooks. But what you may not know is that in January, he takes over as the General Manager of the Small Business and Self-Employed Group at Intuit. Please welcome to the stage, Alex Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie. Woo! I have never been more excited to give away $100,000. You guys having a good day so far? And $100,000? Awesome. So look, I've been with Intuit for 14 years. And over that time, there's been some things that haven't changed and some things that have evolved quite a bit. The thing that hasn't changed is our dedication for customers. And you guys see it when you talk to any one of the folks with the Intuit shirts on. You feel it when you see the presentations, like Arija's presentation this morning. Wasn't that amazing? And you hear it when you see the products or you hear us talk about our products. We are dedicated to powering prosperity around the world for small businesses and self-employed. What has evolved is we understand deeply now that we cannot do it alone. We cannot do it without the most trusted advisors of a small business, the accountants that are here with us today, thank you. And we cannot do it without the ecosystem of third-party app developers that extend the platform and deliver for small businesses around the world. And that's why we're here right now. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go visit our hackathon. So we hold a hackathon over the weekend at our offices. 220 developers showed up and did not sleep. They spent 2 days hacking away on our open APIs, trying to develop the next set of applications to delight small businesses. Now, over the past year, we've held hackathons around the world, and 2 of the App Showdown folks that you'll see tonight were actually born from those hackathons. We are seeding the next generation of applications. So from hackathons to app showdowns, these are the next wave of apps that my hope is you all will be absolutely recommending to your small businesses for many years to come. So with that, let's just give away $100,000 right now. All right, Annie, all yours.
Woo. Thank you, Alex. Okay, I also have 3 very important people in our audience. the deciders of the fate of tonight's contest. In their hands, they hold $100,000. It's quite a bit different. And I think, because of that important job, we should get to know them a little bit more. I'm pleased to welcome to the stage Hugh Malazzi. Hi, Hugh. Nice to see you.
22-year career at Intuit, where his last position was engineering fellow and vice president of innovation. During his Intuit tenure, he worked on QuickBooks and several other small business offerings. Hugh has been a serial innovator and helped launch several new businesses at Intuit, including Intuit Payments.
All right.
That's quite a bio, Hugh. Welcome back to a very important Intuit event.
Thank you.
So we're going to play a game. Have any of you guys heard of 2 truths and a lie? Okay, this is going to require a little bit of an audience participation. Awesome. So, Hugh, if you wouldn't mind sharing 3 fun facts. When Hugh finishes, we're going to need you all to shout out which one of those was the lie. Over to you.
Okay, so fun fact number 1. I worked at Intuit for 22 years, and in those 22 years, I worked as a developer on QuickBooks for DOS, QuickBooks for Windows, QuickBooks for Mac, and QuickBooks Online. That's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, I also, as a developer, worked on Intuit's very first internet service. It was called Quicken Business Cash Finder. Okay, that's number 2.
Okay.
Number 3, I've sung solo on national TV.
Whoa. Okay, everybody. Now it's back to you. Which one of those was the lie? Okay, Hugh.
What do you say? 3? Number 1. I didn't actually work on QuickBooks Online, but I worked on all the others.
Oh, that was a trick. I feel tricked. Well, thank you very much, Hugh.
Okay, do you want to hear about the story on the others?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it was true. Quicken Business Cash Finder was one of Intuit's very first internet services, was to help small businesses get financing. It was around for a couple of years before it got shut down, so which made me a little sad. But that was a true one. And the third one was also true. I grew up in Zambia. So it was a little bit of a trick question, and when I was 5 years old, I did sing on national TV.
So, Hugh, we are streaming this live. Would you like to give us a little demo?
I could, but I don't want to break everybody's eardrums, so I'll save you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Let's give a round of applause for Hugh. Okay, it's time to welcome our second judge. Please welcome to the stage Clayton Oates. Wow. So,
hey, g'day.
Clayton is a long way from home.
Well, I feel like I am home, actually, when I come here. At times I got 2 homes, here and back home. So
warms my heart. Okay, so let's hear Clayton's 3 fun facts. The rules are the same. When he finishes, we're going to leave it in your hands to decide which one is the lie.
Okay. I actually have a very famous uncle. He was one half of a pop duo in the 70s and 80s, John Oates. My second fun fact is that I grew up and learnt the skill of how to hypnotize chickens. There's 2 methods. And the third one is that early on in building my business, I lived in a garage for 5 years with 4 children under the age of 5.
Wow. I mean, those are 3 that are definitely lies. So which one is the actual lie?
Really?
All right, back to you.
Who thinks it's number 3? You're having a bad day. Who thinks it's number 2? Wow, your day's as bad as the first one. It is number 1. I so wish that was true. And I can sing on national television. Well done.
Well, thank you. One big round of applause for Clayton.
Thanks a lot.
So this game is a lot more fun than I thought it could ever be. I'm really enjoying this. Okay, please welcome to the stage our 3rd judge, Jeepney Whitehouse. Hi.
Thank you. Whoops, stepped on your toe. My one claim to fame.
Should we start there? Are they the same thing?
Yes, they are. Y'all just need to know it, but don't tell anybody because you charge $15 for polenta and $1.50 for grits.
Things you learn at the App Showdown.
Yes, only here.
Okay, so same rules apply. Jeepney,
right.
Your 3 fun facts.
Number 1, I attended college with Michael Jordan.
Oh.
We were very close friends. Number 2, I raised basset hounds as a child, and they became so important that they've been featured in pretty much every talk I've ever done in my life.
Oh.
Number 3, I became a mother before I was a grandmother.
I mean, I think
Number
there
1.
might be a gimme in there, but I'm just saying.
What do you think?
Okay, what do we think, audience? 1, 2, or 3?
1's the lie.
Let's hear it.
Number 3 is the lie. I was a grandmother before I became a mother.
You're going to have to explain that to all of us that went to a basic...
My husband is 27 years older than I am, and he had 4 children. 4 children, that's why I don't do numbers anymore. 4 children my age, and I was a grandmother before I had my first child.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. All right, big round of applause for Jeepney.
Okay,
thank you. Okay, one more thing to keep in mind. All of you actually get to vote tonight, too. So a few days ago, we launched live voting for the App Showdown, and it's pretty simple. If you have Twitter, tonight, until 9 p.m., you can vote for your favorite application. All you need to do is tweet the app hashtag plus App Showdown, and that counts as a vote. Retweets count as a vote too. After every single app, we'll put up a slide that gives you their exact hashtag and gives you a reminder of how to do this. Okay, are we ready to kick off this contest? Judges, are you ready to kick off this contest? Audience, are we ready to kick off this contest? Okay, drum roll, please. Ooh. Please welcome to the stage, Snapdesk.
What up, what up? How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Clint, and I am one of the co-founders of Snapdesk. Snapdesk is short for Snappy Operations Desk. We grew organically from an operational need in our own family business, where we need to separate customer information from our QuickBooks. Today, we build solutions to help small business thrive in hyper-competitive modern markets. Everyone in this room is here because you're optimistic individuals with an entrepreneurial spirit. You guys want your companies and your clients to flourish. You do the everyday hard work of keeping the lights on and ensuring that everyone gets paid on Friday. I know this because I grew up in a small business. My grandmother founded a housekeeping company in 1989 that's still going strong today. She was a savvy businesswoman who understood the value of tools that were simple and intuitive. At SnapDesk, we work every day to build for users like my grandmother. If you've ever been at your front desk trying to answer 3 or 4 phone lines all at once and look up customer information, then you know what I'm talking about. It's hard. You need something that's quick, fast, and easy. It's impossible for me to cover all the features of SnapDesk in 3 minutes, but here are some of the big highlights. First is our SMS texting. A lot of customers today prefer text over voice. With SnapDesk, you have a straightforward, easy solution to this problem. Second is our natural language search. This is a big one for us. You know, often when you're talking to a customer on the phone or even texting with them, it's hard to understand what they're saying, or they're giving you like partial information. You need a search that's fast and will give you results that will get you where you need to be with partial information anytime. Third is our custom fields. This was a big request for us from a lot of users. A lot of times, QuickBooks users have customer information that they need to store outside of QuickBooks. With SnapDesk, you can create as many custom fields as you like, and we even have an easy way to create drop-down boxes with custom options. And of course, all of this is wrapped in a real-time QuickBooks Online sync. So if you update your customer information in SnapDesk, it's in your QuickBooks. If you update in your QuickBooks, it's going to be there for you in SnapDesk. And guys, we are offering this app for less than 99 cents per user per month. We intend to be of a high value, and we are going to provide a high value. One of the most exciting things about SnapDesk is our ability to do custom builds. We are big advocates for agile development, and we've designed a dynamic architecture that allows us to quickly and easily build custom functionality for anyone that needs it. So literally, if you guys have a special problem in your company that you're trying to solve, chances are we can build it for you. The reality of business in the 21st century is that it's harder than ever to thrive. There's really no room for error. We've started with the operations desk, but in the months and years ahead, we intend to bring world-class financial and analytic analysis cost-effectively and simply to small business. We're with you, and we need your help to get it done. Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here. Please come visit SnapDesk at our booth. We'd love to talk to you guys. Thank you.
Okay, I'll get started. I'm curious about your custom fields. What's the most surprising custom field you've seen a customer create?
Oh my gosh, there's a ton. Absolutely. So, you know, our custom fields are for the operations. You know, so it's things like, oh, does my customer keep a key under the mat? Oh, when I show up, do I need to be sure that I bring the extra weed eater or whatnot to take care of that customer? And I know for a lot of you guys here that are accountants and bookkeepers, I'm actually a CPA by chance, so I know where you guys are coming from. I know that you guys are focused on making sure their books are straight, making sure their financials are correct, and that's important. And when you can take that to your customers and say, look, I appreciate what you're trying to do operationally. I know what it's like to try to get a crew to the right house at the right time and get the job done. That's where those custom fields come into play, because you need that information at your fingertips, and it shouldn't be in your QuickBooks. The QuickBooks are there for the financials, not for, oh, Miss Johnson left the key under the mat. That's what the custom fields are there for. So.
I've got a question. You talked about SMS.
Yeah.
Are you looking at other channels, omni-channels, sort of out to Twitter or Facebook or WhatsApp or what?
Yes. So we just started with SMS texting. This was a big one because we started talking to customers, and they were telling us how a lot of their employees and contractors as well were using their personal cell phones to text with customers. That's your customers that are doing that. You guys have clients who are trying to launch teams and get people out, and they're using personal cell phones to text with customers. So we built SMS as a start point. We're going to add an email. We've got a whole thread of things, and we're going to keep it real simple. We don't want it to be bloated. We don't want it to be overthought. It's going to be real easy to follow. So if you're a small business owner, you can see, oh, this contractor was texting this customer of mine and telling them, okay, I'll be there at 2. So I know that they need to be there at 2. Anyone can see it. It shows up in Snapdesk. You have control over your information. Super, super important. Yeah.
So I have a question. So how did you arrive at that 99 cents a user price? It sounds pretty low.
It is pretty low. So our philosophy is we don't want to replace what you're doing now. We want to add to it. You know, so when I was working as a CPA, I often saw clients come in with needs that they couldn't fill because they didn't have the resources. They didn't have the, when I say resources, I'll just say it, money. They didn't have the money to buy like the big piece of software that they needed, right? And so our entire philosophy coming in Snapdesk was keep it simple, keep it focused on the operations of the company, and make sure that if you're, you know, like we meet a lot of companies where they're like, I ask them, oh, do you have a CRM? And they're like, oh yeah, I've got a CRM. I hired these guys. They built a website for me. It's got a CRM. It's a marketing CRM. Awesome. It brings leads in. You get business from that. What do you do with them once you get them? What do you do with that lead once you turn it into an actual customer? How do you take care of it? We don't want you to replace your marketing CRM. We want you to take Snapdesk, plug it seamlessly in, and keep right on going to take that lead all the way through the life cycle of success. That's what we're looking for. You know, with QuickBooks, they've got the accounting covered. They know what they're doing. With us, we want to fill the operational side of that. And for you guys as accountants and bookkeepers to help your clients to really truly understand, hey, I know where you're coming from. I've been on that desk. I've been answering those calls. To be able to appreciate that and help them find solutions to make that operational side flow just as easily as you make their financial side flow, that's a win. And you guys will appreciate that, and your clients will love you for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Nice work.
All right.
Round of applause for Snapdesk. And as you can see here, if you want to vote for Snapdesk, just tweet #Snapdesk, SNAPDSK, and the app showdown, and that counts as a vote. Congratulations.
Right.
Well done. Thank you.
So much.
Okay. Next up, I am pleased to welcome to the stage Chaser.
Hi, I'm David Tuck, founder of Chaser, accounts receivable software for QBO users. And I'm here today because small businesses deserve more, much more than they get right now. Here in the US, 81% of small businesses' invoices are at least 30 days past due. This straitjackets their growth, stifles job creation, and causes untold stress. Meet Matt Blaken of David James & Partners, renowned realtors and surveyors. Matt loves his work, but collecting cash is a constant struggle. Because of their size, DJP are unable to access professional accounts receivable expertise. As a former CPA and CFO, I started Chaser to democratize access to amazing AR. With Chaser, CPAs and bookkeepers, the QuickBooks Pro Advisor community are able to offer outsourced AR as a virtual service. Invoices get paid, on average, 16 days earlier, a $4,400 cash flow boost for every $100,000 of turnover. Chaser connects to QBO in minutes. Data syncs automatically, so they operate like one system. Then it's time for our automated email chasing. Polite persistence pays in getting invoices paid on time. With Chaser, it can be delivered automatically. Automated humanity. Every email looks and feels just like it was hand-typed. They won't be ignored thanks to our custom templates. Whoa, the clicker got a little bit too excited there. Here we go, we're coming back. Oh, okay, let me do this the old-fashioned way. Automated humanity. Every email looks and feels like it was hand-typed. They won't be ignored thanks to our custom templates, custom schedules, so chasing reflects normal email hours and reconciles with regular bank reconciliation process. Reflects regular email address and signatures. Chases multiple invoices for the same customer in the same email. And automatically sends a thanks for paying message when the client's customer pays. Accounts receivable CRM. Every email that Chaser sends and all subsequent replies automatically consolidated in the same easy-to-access location. Everyone involved in AR can see the complete communication record anytime. So what does this mean for Matt and DJP? They've had their AR transformed, collecting an additional $85,000 in just 3 months, all thanks to the incredible work of their pro advisor, Hugh Bowles of Chaser Partner Trestlin. The average annual revenue of a US small business is $390,000. 2.6 million of them use QuickBooks Online. Armed with Chaser, their pro advisors are primed to deliver them a collective cash flow injection of up to $44 billion. For context, that's nearly 10 times the annual revenue of Intuit, and slightly more than 10 times the current annual revenue of Chaser. But we're working on it. So to close, all small businesses strive to do great work. They expect to get paid for that work. They deserve to get paid on time. Now, they can.
I have a question. So the automated emails, we're seeing that around the world. Everyone's sort of tapping into, a lot of businesses are using that. To stop it being annoying, is there any AI that says, hey, they paid early last month, so don't send it out as quickly this month, or start to learn the customer?
Absolutely. So that's a great question. And one of the things about Chaser is the ability to tailor different schedules for different groups of customers. Now, the intelligence side of us as a product, we're barely touching the tip of the iceberg. But by virtue of being the complete CRM, that gives us the complete vantage point of all of the replies as well. So absolutely, it's that ability to suggest, to tailor, never to take the decisions on your behalf, but to proactively recommend what's going to work best for different customers.
Thank you.
So are you only selling through pro advisors or direct to customers?
So direct to customers, so anyone can sign up for a trial through our website.
Okay.
But pro advisors very much our core route to market. We believe that that opportunity to democratize access to AR, to level the playing field, is an incredibly exciting one.
And what's the price?
So we have 4 direct prices, ranging from $35 per month all the way up to $325 per month for unlimited invoices. So the primary value metric being the number of invoices chased. That's the best proxy for the amount of value we deliver, time saved chasing manually. But then we sell effectively wholesale licenses to our accounting and bookkeeping partners, which they can use in respect of their clients, either to manage the AR for their clients or to introduce it into clients who then manage it themselves.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and then very quickly, are you looking at other channels of communication beyond email?
Great, so yeah, absolutely. Our next one will be phone. Email is your first line of attack. Our data shows that about 80% of invoices can be successfully collected through email chasing alone. And then telephone, your next line of attack. So first, that will be us building in call prompts within the schedule to go alongside your email. But in due course, that's routing calls through us as a product so that the log of those calls, either a transcript or an actual voice recording, can be accessible in the CRM as well.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well done. OK, so if you'd like to vote for Chaser, you just need to tweet #Chaser and #AppShowdown, and that counts as a vote. Again, retweets count as a vote, too. OK, next up, I'd like to welcome to the stage Chatta.ai.
Hi, my name is Kelly Chernichan. I'm the CEO and founder of Chatta.ai, and we're super excited everyone came to hear about us today. Imagine answers to all your business questions wherever you are, whenever you want. I'm here today to tell you a story about empowerment. Empowerment for the small business and empowerment for the financial professionals. Data is a critical asset when it comes to driving business growth and profitability. And the goal of every QBO Pro advisor should be to provide valuable and actionable insights to their clients. However, some major barriers exist. This is what's normally accessible in the business data world. Complex user interfaces, rigid reporting, and inaccessible data stores are core contributors to seeing only part of the data picture. And in reality, the problem is massively enhanced when you think that most businesses run on multiple software applications. Today, there exists no central location to do multi-app reporting and analysis, which means grabbing data from many different locations, a lot of work in spreadsheets, and a lot of wasted time. Compounding these issues is the fact that mobile devices in the cloud accounting space have very limited data access, and for people on the go, this is not acceptable. Now, to solve these problems, we have created a state-of-the-art natural language understanding system. Using artificial intelligence, we give you the ability to ask a question using your own words. The AI understands the question, dynamically determines where to find the information, and what calculations to perform. Thanks to our amazing community of QBO Pro advisors, we've been exposed to many types of businesses. Our users are growth-focused, business savvy, and no data is an asset. Their core challenges are they don't like math or work in spreadsheets. Their software's in many different applications on the cloud, which they're not expert users in, and they're always on the go. Chat has become a critical tool for people like Carly, a software as a service entrepreneur who wants to know things like changes in monthly sales, or for each dollar of wages, how much sales are they generating? Or Patrick the plumber, who wants to see the big picture on when his customers are going to pay him, or on-site being able to check specific inventory levels. Or the Johnsons, restaurant owners who want to know how sales is affected by the weather, or to gain deep insights from their online customer reviews. The number of things you can ask Chata.ai is immense, literally thousands and thousands of different questions. And by saving just minutes a month, Chata.ai has paid for itself. In QuickBooks Online, users have the ability to ask simple and complex queries, build dynamic, customizable dashboards for their users, and drill down into data results. This is extremely powerful. The vision of Chata.ai is one where a business owner can simply ask for and receive any information they want in any application they use, wherever they are, whenever they want. That is customer empowerment, and that is the core value of Chata.ai. Thank you.
Question. So I have winery clients that use a million different applications. So there's not one industry standard point of sale or e-commerce or whatever. So how do you get that data in? Because that's my big challenge.
Yeah, for sure. So we've just built a new system now. It's our rapid API integration technology, where if you're integrating, building natural language systems for different applications, you have to rapidly be able to build training data for the AI. Yeah. So we've developed this system now. So each new API or potential software application we can use, we just need an object model, and then we can pretty much train everything needed.
The queries that you're building, is the ability to store those and replicate those, or copy or transfer them to other QBO files, for example, and design a pack that the business owner could receive on a regular sort of basis instead of having to go in and ask the query again, or actually even deep dive and see the dashboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so actually both the customizable dashboards, which you just customize through natural language, and we have a system that's called templates, which is if you do a specific type of reporting in a certain period, you have the ability as a pro advisor to transfer those to multiple different files if you'd like. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And I'm curious, I saw in your slides you had things like Stripe, the CRM, and QuickBooks. One of the challenges with different data sources is how do you reconcile the data? So an item may look different coming out of Stripe versus what's stored in QuickBooks versus another system. How have you solved that?
Yeah, right now, you treat those as separate APIs right now. One of the pieces our R&D team is working on is that cross-API querying. So through one query, being able to dynamically grab information from different systems, determine how to join them, and then return the data. For right now, they're still contained by themselves, but that's definitely one of the things we're going to run into in the future for sure.
Right. Yeah. I had one other question, just quickly. Is this competing with advisors, or is it complementing?
Oh, definitely complimenting. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
very, very quick example here is one pro advisor was trying to teach their clients their top 5 customers is not just based on sales. So in our system, you can do natural language mathematics. So she created a totally novel metric for how the quality of customer, which was take the total sales by customer, divide it by the average days to pay, and now there's a brand new ratio that she can use with a whole bunch of her different clients. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Well done, Chada. Okay, so if you'd like to vote for that team, you just need to vote hashtag Chada with hashtag AppShowdown on Twitter. Okay, I'm pleased to welcome to the stage Penny.
Hello. Firstly, thanks QuickBooks for putting this event on. It's been fantastic. We're really excited to be here. My name is Tony Ferguson. I'm the COO and co-founder of the company. And I'm here to introduce you to Penny. Penny puts the business owner back in control of expenses with a next generation corporate expense management application and a prepaid MasterCard that seamlessly integrates with QuickBooks. Why did we start Penny? Having worked in the payment industry for many years, we were accustomed to using and integrating with expense management solutions that were designed for large companies. We began to ask ourselves why small company or small businesses weren't using the application, these types of application, and the answer was easy, complexity and price. So we set ourselves a goal. Sorry, I've got to click through. So we set ourselves a goal. Can we create an expense management tool that was affordable and simple to use and still include the most used features of an enterprise solution? Well, that's exactly what we did, and so much more. Firstly, we built ourselves a cloud-based portal to put business owners back in control. The Penny Central portal allows you to instantly issue a prepaid MasterCard to employees without the need for identity and credit checks. Cards can be restricted to only work at selected merchants, and spending budgets can be set to provide a peace of mind and, most importantly, control. So an example of that is that we can, if we restrict a card to a merchant category, we could issue a fuel card, so it would only work at the pump, or it might be a taxi card, so it would only work at a taxi. For the employee, we built a mobile app with a truly unique feature. Every time a purchase is made, Penny prompts the user to upload a picture of the receipt capture in real time. This means that employees no longer need to be wasting valuable time uploading images and trying to work out what receipt belongs with what transaction. And while on the road, if an employee needs more funds, they simply send a request via the app, and the administrator can instantly make those funds available. For the developers in the room, I'm pleased to say Penny has an open API, so you can take your brand, yeah. Thank you. So you can take your brand on put your brand on a MasterCard of your own and take that payroll or payment application to the next level. Penny is a complete solution. Sorry, last slide. Penny is a complete solution. We save businesses and accountants time and money making petty cash, reimbursement claims, lost receipts, expense disputes, and fraud a thing of the past. And guess what? It's free. There is so much more to Penny. We only have 3 minutes, and I think I'm over 3 minutes. So please check out our website and come and visit our booth, which is just over there. We're helping small businesses make their expenses less expensive. I ask you, does your bank give you that amount of control and visibility? Thank you.
So so well done. I'm very curious about the mobile app and how it prompts employees to scan their receipts. Does that happen in real time if I swipe the card and then it will prompt me? How does that work exactly?
Yeah, thanks for asking that question. So because our card is being used at the transaction, we know that instantly that transactions come through. So we send a notification to our app, which flashes up on the screen, and it just says, it's time to upload the receipt. So we find that most of our users are using that because they're reminded at the time. They're not forgetting about it, and yeah.
So the app has to be resident for them to get notification? I mean, it has to be open and active?
It has to be downloaded and on the mobile.
Just on the phone, but not actively open.
That's right, not active, yeah.
Good.
So I take it you've currently got customers.
Sorry?
You've currently got customers, right?
Yes.
Are you finding a push up to the enterprise level or the lower, or it's more SMB level?
Yeah, it's interesting because when we looked at the market size, small businesses really, our target, and there's nothing available in that area, and unless you wanted to pay the money for an enterprise solution. So we have customers using our cards, or we're issuing our cards just about in every state in America now. So it's been picked up really well.
And what's your go-to market with how are you finding these customers? Are you looking? How are they coming to you?
Well, we're here today, so yeah. So,
are you partnering with accountants or bookkeepers, or?
Well, that's our best channel is through the accountants and bookkeepers, and we have rewards programs and loyalty programs for promoting that fact. So, yeah.
And your revenue stream is driven from the processing fees?
Exactly. Interchange, which is the shaking of the hands between the banks, between the acquirers and the issuer. There's an interchange fee, and that's where we derive our revenue from.
Okay. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Penny. Okay, if you'd like to vote for Penny, just vote #Penny and #AppShowdown on Twitter. Okay, next up, I'd like to welcome to the stage PayPay.
Good evening. I'm Nick Chandri from PayPay. We are building a one-click credit risk assessment based on your accounting data in QuickBooks Online. I'm a small business owner. I have spent countless hours working with banks, lenders, and investors. Every time I needed credit, I would send them my P&L, balance sheet, and other documents. They would review it and almost always come back asking for more information. It got to a point where I was tired of sending all this, and I didn't want to do it anymore. One day, while talking to one of our customers, who happened to be a small business owner, I realized I'm not alone. She had her payroll coming up, had no money in the bank account, and her credit request was declined, and she had no clue why. That was the moment I realized we need a tool that not only identify all the problems with my business from lender's point of view, also help me fix those problems. And we built that tool at PayPay. After all, 60% of the businesses that fail, they cite lack of access to cash as the main cause. Once connected, we create hundreds of attributes based on your data that are important to lenders. Then we further organize them into different groups. Some of them you can see on the screen here. We feed the value of these attributes and the bucket they came from to an algorithm to create actionable insights and to calculate risk score of your business that we further hash to the blockchain for later use. In our app, you get attributes, some analytics, cash flow forecasting, both from monthly and daily point of view. And here are the insights that you do need to take action on. Anything in red that needs to be taken care of. And then I believe our app empowers every small business owner by making them look good in the eyes of lenders. If they take those recommended steps, they would have positive cash flow, better access to lending, and they won't be part of the 60% failed businesses that I talked about before. And at the end, they'll have a successful, growing business. Thank you.
So there seems to be an explosion of funding providers around the world for small business, short-term, small amounts. So there seems to be a lot of that available at the moment. So is this a developer tool or is it an end-user small business tool? Where does it sit?
It's currently a small business tool, and that's where our focus is. And all the tools, even though we do the risk assessment and we create attributes that lenders might be interested in later on, but the risk assessment, our goal is to create a numeric value so that we can email these small businesses once in a month that your score has gone up or has gone down, and these are the steps you need to take. That's the current purpose that we are working on.
So you're not a lending source, you're an educational source for people needing to borrow.
That's correct.
So and you provide all the access?
Yeah,
right.
We believe
Definitely needed.
We want to be a data company instead of focusing on lending at this moment.
Yeah.
We might do later on through a marketplace or some other opportunity, but for now, we want to be a data company.
Okay. And I was very interested in the insights that you share. How do you know that those insights will actually drive, if the user acts on those insights, will actually drive a better credit score? Where did you get that information?
We have a team, and we have developers, so we have blockchain expert, and we have 2 people who have done the underwriting work before, and one worked for Goldman Sachs and other banks before, and the other one has been engaged in the invoice factoring, invoice financing, or those kind of things. So we have a team. We spent quite a few weeks and months developing those attributes, because you can find a lot of attributes based on the reports, but that's not the route we took. We went after transactional data, and a lot of information you can get just from the reports.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, PayPie. So if you'd like to vote for PayPie, just tweet #PayPie and #AppShowdown. Okay, please welcome to the stage, Flowless.
Hello, my name is Michael Straker, and today me and Ilya will introduce you to the Flowless app. We come from Minsk, Belarus. It's been a long way, and we've been through a lot, but we finally made it, and happy to be here on this stage. Our app was born at QuickBooks Small Biz Hack, London, February this year. It was the greatest day for our company, and we are so thankful for our all Intuit team to make it happen. Thank you, guys. It was awesome. OK, what was in our minds? There were several problems highlighted at KubeConnect last year. We focused on the following. It's hard to find apps that will definitely suit your business task. You need to try out many applications until you find out one you actually need for your task. Users have to install many applications. You end up with several apps. Each app is needed. Each app is going for a separate task. App configuration is time-consuming. Each app specializes in their sphere and go very deep into details, making it a nightmare for a non-technical accountant or small business owner to interact with it. On the other hand, we kept in mind that making a purchase in Amazon, applying a discount on Shopify account, or receiving money in your Bank of America, all this info will go in the end into the accounting system, usually same moment. And in the US, it's most likely QuickBooks. That's why we designed Flowless to react based on events in QuickBooks Online. With Flawless, you can automate any kind of business task. Low stock. You can set up flow to control products quantity on hand and contact your vendor or someone from your staff via email, SMS, or phone call. If you run an accounting company and your client's accounting data was modified by someone, your account manager can be notified immediately and react quickly to avoid any mistakes. Marketing. Now you can run marketing campaign with QuickBooks Online as well. For example, if you sell items for $100 or more, your clients, your customers, can get automatically discounts and promo codes, and your sales manager will never miss a shipment deadline. Have your own examples? Great. We built a Flawless as a playground for small businesses and accountants. Simple things in one place. Why we think it is unique? Because you can use only one application instead of hundreds to create a solution for your business on your own. We don't want to give you rules. We want to give you possibilities, possibilities to create and forget about routine. Thank you.
I'm curious, it's like a solution builder sort of program for accountants.
Yes, it's a playground, yes.
Yeah. How do you educate the accountants on actually how to use the solution?
We have a dedicated support team, yes, who contact accountants and explain how to use it. But of course, there is some tips inside the application that help to start. There is if you see, there was during demo, there was a new boutique. You select this new boutique and you have much more help and also guides. We write about 20 guides so far. Again, up live only for 3 months. Yes, it was done in hackathon, up live for 3 months. And we're still working on how to teach people and make better interaction with them. This is why we're here. This is why we want this feedback and understand what else should be changed.
And actually, we have a small but very dedicated support team, so you can contact by email, for example, an in-app support chat, because we have a support chat in the application. Anytime you can ask any question, and our support team will guide you how to accomplish your task.
So it's workflows and triggers and alerts, basically, like alerts.
Triggers based on events in QuickBooks Online.
Triggers.
So for any entity, anything, create, update, void, even a little bit intelligence, for example, account update, yes, events that is very important for many accountants. But to check it, we go through anything that happens. Sales receipt create, journal entry create. We listen to any events that that can influence this balance and triggers an event.
Right. So you set up rules, triggers, alerts, which we have in ERP applications, but nothing like this that works across all of our apps. So that's right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So
And
pricing. How do I pay for it?
The pricing is credit-based, but and actually it is tailored to the specific needs of different users. However, we have an absolutely free monthly plan with 50 credits for any user to test
One credit is in one email, for example, yes?
Yes, one credit is one email, so
Based
you
on
can use it just for free every month, and it suits, by the way, to the startups as well. For pro advisors, we have 20% discount.
Okay, great.
And maybe very quickly, can you just give an example of maybe one of the most interesting rules that a customer has created in your system?
First of all, again, we're still 3 months live. It's not too many examples, but what we see right now is for accountants, yes, it's account balance change based on type of account, different types of accounts. For example, for some accountants want to have when balance go low for banking accounts. For another type, they want to know if any journal entry was created because they control every journal entries in the system, and they want to know if something happens. Yes, so this kind of examples based on anything happens with your financial data.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Well done, Flawless. Okay, vote for them, hashtag Flawless and hashtag App Showdown. Are you guys all having a ton of fun? Okay, we are more about 2/3 of the way through. I'm really enjoying this. Next up, I'd like to welcome to the stage Payments by Bolt.
All right, turn to the person next to you and say, oh yeah. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is the sound of getting paid. Nick and Phil here from Pay with Bolt, and we connect QuickBooks Online to payment providers like PayPal and Stripe. Now, businesses want choice. They don't want to necessarily connect to another payment provider just to get their invoices paid online, especially if they've already negotiated preferential rates with those payment providers. So our goal is to bring the most comprehensive payments capabilities to the QuickBooks ecosystem. Phil, show us an email invoice getting paid.
Yeah, great. So getting paid is really easy. Just add our payment link to the email invoice template. The user will land on a payment page where they can pay their invoice in part or full. The whole thing takes less than 30 seconds, and it's even quicker for regular customers with saved cards. We'll then record those payments back into QuickBooks. Setup is also real quick. It only takes minutes. Simply install the Payments app from the App Store, select your preferred payment provider, and follow the connection instructions. You can control the payment experience, such as enabling part payments, email notifications, and where to store your payments. For paid users, we can also white label the whole payment experience to your brand.
And that's not all. We're excited to announce that we've partnered with some of the biggest software platforms in the world. So you can now get your QuickBooks invoices viewed and paid in any of these apps.
So we want you to be able to get paid whenever you talk to a customer. And so what you can see here is Zendesk, a popular support desk piece of software. Now, every time you're interacting with a customer, you can see on the right any overdue or unpaid invoices from that customer and take payment right there in the app, or you can send them an invoice link. We've got a whole lot of platforms ready to go, including Salesforce and Microsoft Dynamics, by the end of the year.
All right, so our app is free to use. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up. It's for QuickBooks Online, and we're bringing support to QuickBooks Desktop and QuickBooks Payments. But there's one more thing. We want to help app developers because payments is really hard, and actually, it's ever-changing. So we've got a developer API, and app developers in the ecosystem, thank you, can actually integrate and tap into these payments capabilities that we provide. And the best thing is, it's free. That's when you're meant to clap. It's free. And you can integrate it in just a couple of days. OK, so here's an example. Late Fee Manager, a great accounts receivable app in the ecosystem. They've integrated Bolt. Now, when they're chasing down invoice payments, they can actually get those invoices paid in their app online immediately. So if you're a merchant, if you're an accountant, if you're a software developer who makes apps for the ecosystem, join the most ambitious payments app in the ecosystem, and together we'll make getting paid a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good job.
Shoot.
You stumped us. I'll go into the weeds. So if someone's paying and there's a settlement discount of some sort, you know, paid early, paid on time, do you guys calculate that and feed that back into QuickBooks or at the time of payment?
So what we do is for this particular product, we allow you to pay the actual invoice. For other products which allow you to generate settlement discounts, they're more than welcome to use our app API and then pass us through the amount that's due to be paid.
OK, and then you transact the payment.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of great apps that do those kind of features.
Okay.
And we record it back into QuickBooks.
Yep.
So maybe help me understand the first point that you were making earlier about the multiple payment providers and how you integrate with them. Are you saying a business can switch whenever they want to? What was the point you're driving there?
They can do. The main business proposition is the fact that actually all your merchants, well, either can use QuickBooks Payments or if you've already got a payment provider, you could use your existing payment provider like Stripe or PayPal or WorldPay or Authorize.net.
And if they wanted to switch, it's up to them.
Yeah.
They can just go into our app, connect another payment provider.
They wouldn't need to change anything in their app. They just have to say disconnect from Stripe and reconnect to Authorize.net, and behind the scenes, everything just starts channeling into the new payment provider.
Any experience with cannabis industry that has real payments challenges?
With the cannabis industry.
Cannabis. They have real problems. They can't go through banks and normal payments. They can use other channels. Any experience?
Oh, is that what you meant, Jeannie? I thought you were talking. Right, okay.
That's my next phase. I got a plan for the next 30 years.
So hang on. Your question is, do we have any experience with the cannabis industry?
Cannabis industry. Special cash flow.
Professionally, no.
Good answer.
Right.
That's not a good answer.
Not for a long time, but professionally, no.
Okay.
Would you like to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, if you're dealing, you know, no. Come on, move on.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe we'll just stare into each other's eyes and feel really hungry.
I've got candy. I have munchies over here. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any more weird questions? Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot. Cheers. Thanks.
Well, that was an amazing judging. I feel awkward for you a little bit, Jeannie. Okay, if you want to vote for them, please vote #Bolt and #AppShowdown. Okay, 2 more. Next up, please welcome to the stage, LeaseMate.
In just one day, US residents discard more than 1 million electronic devices. But not all of this e-waste is handled correctly. A large portion of it ends up in unsafe recycling sites in foreign countries such as China and Ghana. Just this year, US small businesses will spend over $30 billion in new IT hardware. So how can we change the way we buy today to ensure a more responsible end of life for our devices? See, on the Best Buy website, you can browse more than 1,000 laptop models ranging from $150 all the way up to $5,500. I mean, procurement is challenging enough, but responsible procurement, that's harder still. I mean, figuring out what the best technology is for the environment is hard enough, let alone what the best technology would be for your business. And responsible procurement, that's hard, and once you get past that, it gets expensive, because responsible design and manufacture, that costs money. You see, that's where we come in at UpGear. You see, leasing IT hardware, that's been around for decades, but it's never come with all the things that we do for small businesses. We whittle down all the hardware options to just the ones with the best environmental options, to just the ones with the best that will perform exceptionally for your business. We make sure that your assets are disposed of in the most environmentally considerate manner. We automatically reduce your rental payments at the end of term, and we make it affordable for you to return your equipment early if you just don't need it anymore. But we're here today because of one thing we do in particular. We even do your lease accounting for you. Wait a minute, since when did a finance company sit down next to you and say, let me help you put that on your books the right way? Why the right way? Because effective the end of this year, ASC 842 changes the way that businesses account for all of their leases. That's why we took the time out to build LeaseMate and integrate it with QuickBooks Online. Behind me, you can see it at work. Letting the user enter in the details of their lease, the payment structures, the information for QuickBooks Online, giving the user the ability to enter and record expenses at the asset level of detail, automatically calculating all of the journal entries for their chart of accounts, and finally syncing through hundreds of records automatically into their QuickBooks Online account. You see, when we thought about starting a finance company, we asked ourselves, how can we really challenge the perceptions people have about what the responsibilities of a finance company truly are? How can we really reach and create value in new ways to benefit the environment and to benefit small business owners? It's this way of thinking that drives us every day to build better solutions for small businesses around the world. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll start off. Are you handling also like asset registers and depreciation and forecasting in terms of, what if I pay it out now versus, in the future, or releasing and costs of doing that? And
Okay, so we have some basic asset management, asset tracking capabilities. We don't yet tackle the remeasurement part of IFRS 16, AASB 16, ASC 842. Just because that's really, truly tricky. But we do a lot on that initial measurement, making sure that everything's perfect with regards to initial lease cost, end of lease provisioning, things like that.
Okay, thank you.
So my question was about, you started off talking about e-waste and responsible disposal of assets.
Yes.
Is that something that is part of what you do as a company?
Yeah, so by and large, we think that leasing is a great solution to e-waste because it means that the end consumer doesn't have that responsibility. If I've got assets lying around and I don't need them or use them anymore, from a utility perspective, the best thing that can happen is they're returned to a lessor who's able to release or reuse that equipment through their own channels. Because that's the part that's missing. When people buy new and things collect dust and they don't end up being disposed of correctly. So the leasing solution as a financial product is great for these benefits as well, because we own that responsibility and we care about it.
So you're basically just advocates for companies leasing instead of buying?
I think that it depends on the financial situation each time. But for something like IT equipment, where the waste, there's a lot of it, it contains toxic chemicals, it's a sensible solution. Yeah.
So are you helping improve the financial model for that lease versus buy? Are you helping them do the calculations?
Yeah, we do. So, one of the great things about choosing assets that are great for the environment is they have high residual values. Now, high residual values means we can make lease payments quite attractive. So we can build in an idea of you'll pay this much using us. And of course, we build in that cost that we will have for responsible disposal or responsible remarketing. But in the end, the proposition is quite attractive from a financial perspective too. Yeah.
Are you recognizing that the payment has actually happened from out of QBO back to your system to say that you're mapping that as well, tracking the actual payment?
When the idea is that their bank feeds will match off the purchase records. Yeah. So when we move that, when we sync that information through to QuickBooks, we sync in the expenses and then month-end journal entries. So when your bank feed information comes in, it'll line up with that expense that we created, just match, and it works like so. Right.
Thank you.
Great. Good stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Well done, LeaseMate. If you'd like to vote for LeaseMate, please tweet #LeaseMate and #AppShowdown. Okay, we're here. It's time to introduce our final pitch. Please welcome to the stage, Give.
All right. I'm the last person between all of you and dinner and more drinks, so let's do this. My name is Regis Malloy, and I'm the founder of Give. And I'll start with the obvious. Giving is good. And customers agree. More than 70% want to know and support social enterprises. But today, just 1 in 3 businesses gives back. And it's often big businesses, because for them, it's easy. They have the teams and the tools to strategically give back and message that to their communities. But for small businesses, it's often hard. They usually don't have the bandwidth and the infrastructure to do so. And yet, 99% of US companies are small businesses. So they're ideally situated to be the social enterprises that customers want and to have an enormous impact as a result. We'll say hello to Give, the easiest way for small businesses to become social enterprises. With Give, QuickBooks businesses donate a percentage of their monthly revenue to their favorite nonprofits and have tools to share that with customers. And Give creates a customizable profile page for every business, showcasing their giving to their customers and communities. When businesses join, they can pick their nonprofits or pick a preset bundle. And if a nonprofit solicits them, they can easily add it without increasing their overall donation amount. More slices of the same pie, helping more great causes. And businesses who used to avoid or delay donating love the flexibility of giving a cash flow friendly percentage, which they can easily increase or decrease or pause any month. So what used to be hard is now easy. What meant typing the same information on multiple websites is now centralized, secure, and streamlined. And what used to be invisible to customers is now third-party verified and highlighted on a Give profile page. And what had been a disconnected one-off is now a dynamic and ongoing part of a business's brand and messaging. So what else sets Give apart? First, we're innovative. We're the only app that integrates into accounting software to enable small businesses as social enterprises. Other apps help nonprofits fundraise. We help QuickBooks businesses strengthen their brand and align with their communities. Also, our model has a doubling effect. Because we push donations to nonprofits, they become more efficient. Instead of spending $29 billion a year, that's billion with a B, pulling donations through traditional fundraising, now more of that can go to mission cause with Give, which is ultimately what all of us care about. Second, business potential. It wasn't long ago that most businesses didn't even have a website or weren't on social media. But customers moved those from nice-to-haves to need-to-haves, and we believe the same is happening with social enterprise awareness. And since any of QuickBooks' 2.6 million US businesses can be the social enterprises that their customers want using Give, the potential is great. Third, and most importantly, the impact that Intuit and Give can have is enormous. For every 1% of QuickBooks US businesses who use Give, we estimate $44 million a year will go to nonprofit, 2/3 of which is net new. And since 90% of US nonprofits get by on less than $500,000 a year, that number is life-changing. And imagine if that's just the beginning. Look what we can accomplish together. So I will finish with the obvious. Giving is good. And with Intuit, the vibrant QuickBooks community, and Give setting a new standard for social enterprises, it's about to become even better. Thank you.
Good job. Not a question about cannabis, just letting you know. So if I can, are you helping me determine the best charities? Are you helping me vet where my contributions go?
Yes. So to start with, we have, as you can we launched in August. We have started with 24 of the biggest sort of usual suspects, some of the most highly accredited charities. And we've doubled that, and we're going to add a couple hundred more this year. Right now, we're leveraging a lot of other great resources who already vet and qualify charities. There are a lot of charities out there, and what we're doing by creating funds, if you will, or rather those bundles, is ultimately making it easier for businesses to choose. If they care about children's well-being, then it can go to St. Jude's and Ronald McDonald House and other charities, and as well as local charities. So we've, yes.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, are you a not-for-profit, and what's your business model?
We are not a nonprofit ourselves. We are a public benefit corporation, so we're legally structured as that. And our business model is we keep 3% to keep the lights on. Right now, businesses sign up with a credit card, so we've integrated Stripe, so they also have their fee. And we're rolling out ACH. And ultimately, right now, our math, or our percentage and their percentage still works out to be less than the average of most charity clearinghouses. And when you look at how much nonprofits spend on fundraising, even the highly efficient ones spend about 12 to 15 cents for every dollar that they bring in, and that's the highly efficient ones. Businesses who give through Give, their dollar is going further incrementally because of the fact that charities aren't spending the money on fundraising.
I was curious to read somewhere, or whether, I'm not sure if you mentioned it, that you're creating a rule essentially where you could create a percentage of income or percentage of sales. Is that right? That and then quantum of the pledge and then driving the payment. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, and so businesses have flexibility. Most businesses give 1%, hence the fancy one in our name, but they can choose. They can give 0.5%, they can give 1.5%, they can increase it at the holidays or decrease it if they know they're going to have a difficult month ahead and so forth. And then after that, they truly are creating a portfolio. So they can say, of that 1%, I want 37% of it to go to Habitat for Humanity, and I want 19% to go to Susan G. Komen Foundation, et cetera. And then we're doing the lifting of all of that, where our system is, rather frictionlessly, to distribute those to the charities.
Do you get to review that prior to the payment being made? I mean, if there's a bit of a muck-up in the accounting,
yes,
that can change.
Yes. So we send out an email saying, here's what we're doing based on last month's revenue, and here's the allocation, and included in that is a link that if they want to say, wait, let's just hit the pause button for this month, et cetera.
Thank you.
All right. Enjoy dinner and drinks. Thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
If you'd like to vote for Give, please tweet #GiveApp and App Showdown. One last round of applause for all of our finalists who just nailed it tonight. Now, our 3 judges have the very, very difficult task of deciding which one of these apps is going to win $100,000, and that will be announced tomorrow on the main stage in the morning session. An enormous thank you to Heather Satterley and Liz Scott from the QB Happy Hour team for our opening show. If you haven't had one, the bar is still open. Go enjoy a Show Glow cocktail. Thank you to all of you who tuned in live. Hi, Mom. And she's been watching. And thank you to all of you here. I hope you all go off and have a wonderful night, and we'll see you tomorrow at Main Stage. Thank you. Good night.